Say, goodness me, I don't think I'm going to be able to perform here.
No, it's just going to be a great day for the lads. Hope everyone does well and we get a decent result.
I've got to ask you, I mean, you're well dressed for the heat, with the old shades on there. What about playing in this?
Well, I was going to wear them when I was playing, but if I couldn't do it. But yeah, it's going to be the hottest day of the year, I think, and it's going to be fun.
Right. I must just call in Dave Bassett here. Dave, I mean,
Hello, mate.
Hello, son.
nice to see the boy here, sort of looking very relaxed.
Yeah, well, he's laid back. He'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Okay, Dave.
Score and go on corner.
Yeah, might do.
Well, he did last time, so he can do it again, can't he?
I hope so. Let's go back to Elton.
Yeah, so I'm looking for a corner and free kick and I'll nick a goal today.
Alan Cork, the most experienced of the Wimbledon players. All the others, by the way, are at the other side of the ground, waving and talking to supporters. It's not because we didn't want to interview them all. We'll get to them. We'll get to them. Right, now we've been looking forward to this for a while, I can tell you. Our very special Cup Final Day feature. Jimmy Greaves meets Mike Tyson. Intrepid, fearless, that's Greavsie. On the ground, in the ring, and in the air.
Iron Mike Tyson, heavyweight champion of the world at 21 years of age, 34 fights, 30 inside the distance. At least that's what it says here. Well, I'll see you, brother. But first, let's have a look at the in-flight entertainment. See you, brother? Well, you know, only if you've got the time. I mean, I'll be passing if you just fancy a chat. You know, nice little friendly conversation. Me old pal, champ, oh great one. I don't know, we've travelled 3 hours into the mountains to Catskill, because when the plane landed at New York, we couldn't find him in New York. And now I'm told he's up above a police station here. I hope he's not banged to rights, because I tell you what, I want to see you, brother. You seem to have here a lot of friends in Catskill.
Oh yeah, I started fighting here.
Yeah.
My first fight here.
But you can just walk around and nobody's...
Yeah, no, because it's funny, like when you're in the town, no matter how famous you are, when you're in the town and people see you every day and they knew you ever since you were 12 or 13 years old, it's really no big, they're happy to see you. They don't want to see you lose, they're happy. But it's not a big thing because they see you so often. You know what I mean?
Right.
They see you so often.
So this is why you really train here, yeah? Yeah. How important is Kevin Rooney to you as a trainer?
He was my trainer ever since I started out. You know, it's good, you know, plus we're friends. I mean, I never think about it. He just trained me and then we hang out.
You see, you seem to listen to everything that he says to you.
Yeah, because he's my trainer. That's his job.
His
job is to apply and I listen.
You don't feel now that you're a champ that you know it all then?
No, can I tell you something? I know it all. You know what I mean? I just don't execute all of it. You know what I mean? His job is to continue, you know what I mean, the recess and the process of continue to do it, repetition, until I do it right. I know everything, but I don't do everything.
And you won 34 fights, 30 in straight knockouts, and you've beaten people like Tubbs, Pigland Thomas, Bone Crusher Smith. Who was the hardest that you fought so far?
It's so funny that you say that because after fights, you know, I used to take them so casually. You know what I mean? After it's over, I don't think about it. The fight is, I can't even recollect the fight because it's no longer in my mind.
You don't actually remember how you actually knocked people out?
It's no longer tangible. It's not, I can feel the punch and crack on the head. I always have in my mind where I'm going to strike the blow. But it's, after the fight is over, it's just such a, you know what I mean, sort of second motion.
Is it almost, when you step in the ring then, like stepping into another world?
Well, not exactly. It's just that, you know what I mean, you're nervous, but I'm very confident. I know this is my world because I've been in here 34 times and I was successful. And so I'm extremely confident against the best men in the world in my division.
Yeah.
And I slaughtered them.
Oh, well, everything is going Tyson's way. I think Derby's come in tonight to show how brave and how tough he is. He's done that all right, but that's not enough to hang on to a title. There he goes.
There was a delay with that one. It's a peach of a punch in boxing terms. Completely gone. The legs are buckled under him there. He's really like a kid stumbling in a playpen. What a peach of a left hook that was. And he's going to do it in the sixth because he's only midway through. And this is the way he finishes him off now. The master of the finishing stuff. What a fighter. Absolute ferocious. And what a game man. Oh, what a jab, that one. That's the way to break up the opposition's concentration. And he did it there. As he hit him with that punch, I think his eyes went into separate orbits there.
You strike me as being a very kind man outside the ring. How can you change the minute you go inside it?
I love it. I love fighting. You know, like, a lot of people think, Cus probably thought it was crazy because, you know, the worst thing about fighting is waiting to fight. And you know what I mean? It's just like, it's like I'm radical. I can't wait to get in the dressing room because I know it's there. I love it. I love it. I like to get in, I like to hurt when I'm in there, maim or whatever. I like to hurt.
Gus D'Amato once said to you that you had to conquer fear. How do you conquer fear?
See, fear is something you must understand. It's like, what is your name once more again?
Jim.
Jim. It's a feeling. It's like being hungry, being thirsty, having to go to the bathroom, and it's just a feeling. And being hungry, you don't panic, you know what I mean? You have to do something about the situation.
Now, I know that one of your people that you admire most is Joe Louis.
Yeah.
And he won the title 25 times. Would you be going to beat that record?
Well, I'm not a record person anymore. I mean, my main objective was being the youngest fighter ever to win the title. And I really believe, deep down inside, I could have won the title at 19, been the first teenage heavyweight champion.
Who would you have had to have beaten for that?
Perhaps Holmes.
Yeah. You think you could have beaten Holmes at 19?
Yes. I'm very much sure. I would have beaten Holmes at 16, but I wasn't confident enough. I didn't know, but I knew everything to beat him. You know, I knew the technique, and I knew all the punches to throw, but I just didn't have the confidence.
How is he managing it, Jim, with a countdown clock? Can he make the round or not?
Reggie, I can't believe he's still standing. These punches are tremendous punches, bang on target, and he's even trying to... Oh!
Well, that's it.
You're earning a lot of money. Is the will still there each time, or does it diminish a little?
Look, see, I'm the kind of person that has no regard and no respect for money. You know what I mean? My main objective is to make sure my family is well set, which they are, and the people that I care and love about, and who were with me from the beginning is financial set. But other than that, I have no respect for money. You know what I mean? I continue to go where I normally go. I go in neighborhoods that I grew up in, and it's just, that's part of my life. That's the way I choose to live.
Who, in your opinion, having watched all that, is your favorite fighter of all time then?
My favorite fighter, not necessarily, not probably the greatest, but my favorite fighter?
Yeah.
I love Joe Louis.
You love Joe Louis?
Yeah, love Joe Louis.
Yeah. And who then, if you don't say that he was the greatest fighter, who do you think the greatest fighter was?
Ray Robinson.
Why do you think Ray Robinson?
Because, you know, he had everything. He wasn't only like a classic fighter. You know, everyone has him labeled as a masterful boxer, but he had determination, had the will to win. He refused to lose.
I watched your workout on that punch bag. Now, you're in enormous physique, but everything seems to spring from your legs and your stomach. Is that true?
Yeah, you know, I just punch with snap, my shoulders and my legs. Bringing the punches together with accurate and precision.
You see, you tend to me, to come up under
No,
people.
because see, you misinterpreted, because the object of the game is like when I hit the punch, like the punch, boom, boom, and then I twist it, and boom, and I'm at the side where you can't hit me. Like if you expect me to be here and you're throwing punches here, you're throwing punches here, but I'm here already, and I'm perhaps gonna hit you already a couple of times. See, and you're interpreting that I'm jumping in the air and I'm going like, boom, but I'm
No, but you're not.
I'm
So
punching at me, twisting, bing, bing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get the point.
My motto is either you kill or be killed. I try my best to put his head right in the audience.
He's getting shot. His body's broken up on him, Jim, and it's just as well he missed him with that one.
Now, in September, you're coming over to Britain to fight Frank Bruno. And let me tell you, people in England, in Britain, love you. You're a hero in Britain, and you'll get a great welcome. Do you think you'll be able to handle Big Frank all right?
I'm sure there's nobody on this planet that can beat me. And I'm very confident of that. I'm not probably saying in a year from now, 2 years from now, I'm talking from at this moment right now. Anybody, any planet of the world, no one can beat me.
Well, Jim, you had him in trouble there. Any tips for the big man?
I had him worried at one time,
Yeah.
because when he stepped to the side and digged me, he caught me right in the ribs, and I thought I was going to go down. Now, he reckons nobody on this planet can beat him, big man. What do you think?
Only time will tell, Jim. The September the 3rd here, only time will tell.
I'll tell you what I found with him. He is exceptionally quick as an heavyweight.
Yeah, very quick to shoot. He's like a sawn-off shotgun, Jim, you know?
He
Think
is.
that, I mean.
I do know what you mean, because he reminded me of like a bull terrier when he was going for that
I think more of a
punchback.
boxer dog, Jim.
A boxer
not
dog,
bull
do you
terrier.
reckon? I don't know. I'll tell you.
Bull terrier's too pretty.
I'll tell you what, Frank. He frightened me.
Yeah, right.
Because he had an aura about him and a sense of power about him that you don't often meet when you see him.
You looked frightened, Jim, when he was pulling you around, you know? You looked very frightened. You looked like you wanted to run.
I was
get
frightened.
out the ring, yeah.
Now, how are you gonna beat him?
Well, I'm starting to prepare from yesterday. I started preparing for the fight. It's 4 months to go to September the 3rd, and we got a lot of things in mind how we're going to beat him. Not I have, Jim. But
Frank, can I just offer Frank a word of encouragement here, Jim? Because I think it's true. Well, I've got an important point to make here. You played tennis with John McEnroe, and he went downhill. You play golf with Seve Ballesteros, and he hasn't won a major since.
That's right.
Frank? And I like him to make a prediction, because everyone that you said Bugner would win.
No, I didn't say
You did. You did. At the time, you did. Yeah.
Frank.
At the time.
I'll make a prediction in a minute.
It's nice when you get a nice suntan.
I'd like to know though. I mean, honestly, I don't quite know how you're going to combat his awesome power. I know you're a big, strong boy yourself, Frank.
Most of the fighters that he's fought, I've not got as much skill as them. I'm not as sweet as them. They're sweet like lollipops, but they haven't got as much power as me, the fighters that he's fought.
You think you've got the strength to stand up to him?
Most definitely, Jim.
Have you got the punch to finish him off?
I think so, yeah.
Well, shall I tip Tyson then?
Yeah, you tip Tyson, Jim. Yeah, we have a bet on it, yeah?
Yeah, we'll have a bet on it.
You have a bet with Terrell and I'll have a...
Okay, all right, we'll do that.
Thanks, Jim. Well done. I know you enjoyed that. It was a lovely week for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Down to Frank as well. Thanks for joining us.
It's hot here,
isn't it?
Suntan.
Anyway, enjoy the cup final.
No, thanks for batting in, Elton.
Well, it's all right, Jim. All the celebrities, even Greavsie, have been talking well today. After the break, we'll see if some of them can play as well. All proceeds to charity. A lot of fun. And remember this from last year.
Here comes Daley Thompson.
He looks a good player, doesn't he, Daley?
Here Winston, neat little 1-2, now can Daley finish? John Burt was in the way! Daley with his second goal. And the smile on his face says it all.
Time now for the celebrity match between TARBY'S Reds and Frosty's Dons. Steve Davis there on the right in a very colourful shirt indeed. Bobby Moore, who won here in 1966 with England, the World Cup. Well, our two commentators for this extravaganza are Jimmy Greaves and that man of many voices, Peter Brackley. Over to you, Pete.
Thanks very much indeed, Elton. And the teams, as you can see, coming out now for this star-studded celebrity game. We've got stars from sport and from show business. Dennis Taylor there and Rod Stewart too. And I think the first thing we should say, Jim, they're going to be pretty warm out there.
Yes, they will be. They were in a cold sweat in the bar beforehand, thinking about it, and now they're in a hot sweat. Who's that? That's Tarby, isn't it? I thought it was Tuck for a minute.
Jimmy Tarbuck, he's captaining one of the two sides.
Yes,
TARBY'S Reds, and he's playing against David Frost's Dons. Dons, of course, for Wimbledon.
There was, of course, a terrible incident in the tunnel just beforehand when two police dogs were found fighting over Steve Davis's right leg, but I understand that all's been resolved now.
Rick Wakeman, the musician, going out there. There we can see the lineups, the runners and riders. Brian Regan, the Brookside actor, he's playing in goal for TARBY'S Reds. Lloyd Hunnigan there, Jasper Carrott, Terry Marsh, the boxer, ex-boxer, though he might be coming back. He's known as Mr. X. He's ex-boxer, ex-marine. Bobby Moore, of course, the Old England captain. Chris Quinton from Coronation Street. There's Dennis Taylor, Paul Usher from Brookside, and Rick Wakeman, as I mentioned. Now, the Frost Dons, there we are. What about that lot then, Jimmy?
Well, it's not a bad line-up, apart from Frosty, is it? I mean, you wouldn't fancy him in goal, really, old David, but there you are.
Ben, the boxer there, number 2.
David, as you know, carries his brains in his boots these days. He takes a size 2.
Terry Neal's a late call-up.
Yes.
George Best hasn't made it, Jim. Bit of a surprise, that. But,
he's not turned up, George.
No.
He's played his usual game then.
So we got Terry Neal, the old Northern Ireland international, and there is Jimmy Tarbuck waiting for his opposite number, David Frost. As you were saying, they were certainly worried about.
He's going to wait forever, isn't he? Getting Frosty up there. Oh, here he comes now.
David Frost, who played in last year's event along with Jimmy, the two captains. The match in aid of charity, £25,000 they're going to raise there. We see some fact files on Jimmy Tarbuck. Weight 9 stone 10, age 27, ambition to score a goal at Wembley, and his favourite character, Walter Mitty. David Frost.
David Frost there. Age 45, 40 to 55, waist the same, correct? He did have a trial at Nottingham, and he was not found guilty. That's correct, that. Absolutely right.
David was telling me earlier he was looking forward to playing. He was determined to stay throughout the game in goal. Some talk of substitutes, but I don't think they've got too many actually, Jim, so they're going to have to stay with the starting lineups. They're going to play something up to about 10 minutes each way. Now there's a familiar fin. That's Eddie Grant.
Oh, look, dear old Eddie.
What about that? The Rude Hullet look-alike.
He is. He's got his Rude Hullet look there, hasn't he? Look, he's got it tied up with a lovely ribbon. This weather should suit Eddie. Funny enough, I was speaking to him before the game, and he complained about being cold because he's just come from the Bahamas and they're off now.
He's actually flown back from Montreal Pop Festival to the match today.
Morrow in his usual strokes the ball around very well there.
Rod Stewart there, number 8.
Rod Stewart, yeah, everyone's hoping he won't head the ball because with his air he'll burst it. But,
we almost saw a run from Nigel Benn. Didn't quite come to anything. There's Rod. Plays a lot of football actually.
He does,
out in Los Angeles. It's a good-looking ball too.
Yeah. After his breakup with Britt Eklund, he says he still likes old blondes, so I've told Bobby Moore to watch out. Who's
Rod
on the ball now? Rod will be everywhere. He does love a game of football, there's no doubt about that. Who's that? Over to Eddie Grant, good cross.
And the first chance of the match fell to Nigel Benn.
Yeah, whose hair looks as though he's been cut by the groundsman's lawnmower.
I don't know what sort of pace they're going to play at, Jim, but they are going to finally see the problem. There's Tommy Cannon there.
Dead slow, I would think. I'll tell you what, how would John Arlott commentate on this, do you think, Peter?
Well, of course, for sheer class and quality, men like Dennis Taylor's footballing ability has never been questioned, nor mentioned for that matter.
Could be a chance here.
Oh dear.
Bit of a tester there for Brian Regan.
Brian Regan in goal.
Oops, and a goal.
He struck it. Oh. And the goal scored by Tommy Cannon. Brian Regan. After that effort, I've seen more life in Ronnie Reagan. Mind you, they have one thing in common, a Nancy.
Brian Regan caught there. He got out of play. Well, the referee said no.
No, the referee was perfectly positioned.
Whoops.
Oh, yes.
Tommy Cannon right on the spot.
Yes, he
used to be a director at Rochdale. Tommy knows his knows his football well.
Well, he deserves it, guys. The first goal they've scored there for about 5 years, isn't it, Rochdale?
Nigel Benn, who's seeing plenty of the ball early on.
Yeah, he is. He's doing very well.
That was Terry Marsh.
Oh, Terry, yeah.
Also plays a lot of football.
Morrow should control things at the back. He's been preparing 4 hours for this game, you know. 3 hours ironing his shorts. Oh, that was a good run as well, wasn't
Rod Stewart again.
Yeah.
Tommy Cannon, they are age dragging 55. And he was once on the shortlist for the Welsh manager's job ahead of Harry Seacombe, Neil Kinnock and Shirley Bassey.
Jim Davidson with a throw in there.
And Jim Davidson, who's flown up from Newport in Wales to play today.
Well, wouldn't you throw? Wouldn't you flew up from Newport if you had a chance? Who's that now on the ball there, Bill?
That was Steve Davis.
Oh, Steve's pointed. He's pointed.
Most of these lads have played football at some level. Nigel Benn.
Yes, Nigel with a slight foul there, a push in the back.
The Dark Destroyer.
Yes.
Unbeaten Commonwealth middleweight champion, of course.
Yes. Haven't seen much of Rick Wakeman yet, have we?
Not too much. He is out there somewhere.
Yes, I know.
Rick Wakeman is a big Brentford fan.
Yes. Rick Wakeman is to football what the football managers are to pop music. Yeah.
You've heard that record, have you?
Yes, I have.
Bobby Moore, showing, of course, his class and pedigree. Rod Stewart.
Good ball,
nice
Rod.
balls, isn't
He is a good footballer, Rod, actually. I've played with him.
Jim Davidson showing a lot of power. Oh, good effort there by Nigel Benn. He looks a useful player, Jim, doesn't he?
Yes, Nigel, yeah, he's done very well. He's come on and he's shown great command of the situation. There's Lloyd
Hannigan.
Ball. The Reds don't seem to have any real pattern to their play at the moment, do they? Oh, hello.
Bit of a late challenge then by David Frost on Terry Marsh.
Yes.
Terry, who was an ex-Spurs supporter, he said he left when you left, Jim. Packed up supporting them then.
Yeah, I didn't realise he was that old, Peter.
News this week, of course, that Terry might be making a comeback as a boxer.
That's right.
So at the moment it's goal to nil. The Wimbledon Dons leading by David Frost team. Here's Terry Marsh again. Ex-Marine, known as Mr. X, ex-fireman.
Yes.
His hobbies there interesting, flower arranging and droning on about former jobs. Who wrote these? There's Rick Wakeman, he is out there. Look,
Rick, well played, Rick, yeah.
Nigel Benn.
Here comes Nigel again.
Rapidly turning into the star of the game.
Yes, he could well.
Fouled then by Dennis Taylor.
Dennis has got his specs on, yeah.
Jimmy
Tarby, good ball, Tarby. Safely gathered by David Frost, just as though he was collecting his wage packet there, wasn't it?
Tarby's not really leading by example yet, Jim, is he?
He's not leading by anything, is he?
Nick Berry from EastEnders is wearing number 3. It's Rod Stewart again. Well played then by Brian Regan, who actually has played in goal at some level. He was, in fact, has played in goal for Liverpool reserves, so he's no slouch, this fellow.
So that was an unusual thing, him dropping that ball like that there.
Yeah, it was really.
Dennis Taylor, good ball through.
Now here's a chance.
Opening up now.
Chris Quinton. Oh! The shot from Terry Marsh.
That would have been a good goal, that, because Chris Quinton, who, as you know, had a terrible accident here last year when he fractured his hairstyle and had to go off.
There he is now, another one who plays regular football. He appears for the TV Entertainers team, Chris Quinton. Nigel Benn. Well, last year it was Daley Thompson. This year it's rapidly turning into the story of Nigel Benn.
It is really. It's all about Ben at the moment.
Who looks a very good, strong boy, Jim.
He does. He does. Now, I mean, you know, if Richie Beno was analysing this game now, how would Richie be analysing it?
Good morning, Jim. Good morning, everyone. You join us with TARBY'S team in some trouble, having conceded 1 goal and threatening to concede 2. But it's not all gloom and doom. We've had some quite extraordinary and marvellous footballing moves to review, Jim.
And, oh yes, thank you. Yes. And we've also had some good cricketing weather, haven't we, Richie? That's the key to it.
Oh, oops. Is he allowed to do that? Well, he's done it now.
Did it now, didn't he?
Dennis Taylor.
I'm glad Dennis put his glasses on, because before the match he didn't have them on and he went up and chalked one of the goalposts.
Jimmy Tarbuck, interesting cross. Oh! Well, it had to be a foul, surely. Chris Quinton coming in very strongly. Stood his ground there well, didn't he?
He did. David Frost did very well. He's knocking the ball about well, Rod Stewart.
Well, there's the half-time whistle.
There's a blessed relief, yes, for a lot of them.
So the Dons leading by 1-0. A lot of appreciative applause from the crowd here at Wembley. And we'll be back with the second half right after the break. Further goals have been scored. So still it's the Dons leading by that goal from Tommy Cannon.
Well, it was a quick half-time in case all the players seized up, wasn't it? I don't quite know what's happened now. There's some incident. I believe there is a substitution. Difficult to see from here.
Well, 1 or 2 of the names we were told were playing. I didn't see too much of them in the first half.
No, that's true. Yeah, there was a substitution. Kenny Lynch has brought somebody off.
Tom Watt from EastEnders is supposed to be out there somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't think he is, no. There's Rick Wakeman, he's on the ball there.
Wakeman, who's been a lifelong Brentford fan.
Yeah, that's Paul Usher on the football now, isn't it?
From Brookside.
That's right, Bobby Robson had one thing to say about him. Who the bloody hell is Paul Usher?
Bobby Moore.
Bobby beaten by Nigel Benn. You see, I suppose it's the legs now, isn't it? But,
that was Jasper Carrott.
Oh, Jasper's out there.
So he is out there. There's Steve Davis. Here we are. Sports snooker, favourite hobby snooker. Favourite holiday pastime snooker, and the best moment from last year, playing snooker at half-time. Bit unfair now.
But true. Oh, it's a good ball laid on.
Eddie Grant.
Eddie Grant. Oh, well played, Eddie.
And again, a good save by Brian Regan.
Eddie Grant, of course, who had his own Raster 11 at one time, but then come to think of it, so of Luton Town. He did very well, didn't he? Excellent.
And a good piece of goalkeeping too.
Yeah. We've seen some good football here, Peter, at the moment.
Might be a slightly slower pace in the main game, but...
Oh, I don't know.
Paul Usher.
Paul Usher again, yeah.
Here's Tommy Cannon, the man whose goal separates the 2 teams. He's going to take the corner then for the Dons, still leading by this 1-0. Not quite where he intended it, I think.
No,
actually. Here he is again with another chance to cross it in. And Eddie Grant. Good control.
Again, not quite.
I think the ball's too heavy for him.
I think so, yes.
Not
he obviously thinks he's kicking Bobby, yeah. Oh, hello.
Now here's a chance. Chris Quinton.
There's Chris on the ball. He's got every... Oh, that's
Frost.
That's Frosty. That's got to be a penalty, because I think Frosty saved the ball outside the box, did he not?
Well, that's what Terry Neal was just explaining to him, I think.
Yes, I think. Well, yes, Terry obviously had a word of advice there, and he's still giving him a word of advice.
Now, who's going to take this? Jimmy Tarbuck,
Tarbuck's
captain.
taking it.
And he scored.
And he scored. Well, it's fulfilled a life's ambition now then.